doesn't matter because it matters. And so yeah, so find your polling information. Reaction, applause, applause, applause. Welcoming Anna. Thanks. Thank you, Anna.
All right, so I'm just going to make my screen full size. You should all see that now as a PowerPoint. So yes, my name is Anna. I am one of the advising staff members. So all of you should have an assigned advisor that you are able to make an appointment with anytime you have questions about classes or registration coming up. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, especially with next steps in math. I'm technically based at the Cambridge campus, but we're all virtual right now, so it doesn't really matter who your advisor is, but we do have advisors that are home base, would be Cambridge or Coon Rapids campus. All right, so we're going to cover a lot of information in a short amount of time since I don't want to take too much of your class time here. But just as a quick refresher, there are a few other support staff that are similar to advisors that we still encourage students to check out. So as an academic advisor, you can think of us kind of on the academic side, classes, registration, graduation, transfer plans. If any issues come up during your time, you can kind of think of us as your first stop to see where the best department would be to work with. On the other side, though, we also have counseling staff and career services. So counselors are available through both campuses as well, through virtual appointments right now. And they do more of the personal and mental health counseling. If you just need someone to talk to, I know there's a lot of stuff going on, especially with, being at home while being a student. Maybe you're caring for families with the election coming up today here. Counselors are available for students in that form, as well as career exploration. So I really wanted to highlight the career exploration side. If you are kind of undecided about what's next after Anoka Ramsey, or even what's next maybe in the few upcoming semesters, if you're thinking about changing your degree or program based on a career choice, counselors are available for career exploration appointments. And then last but not least, career services. We have one staff member available for both campuses, and he works with students interested kind of on that hands-on part of the career search or job aspect. So if you're looking for a part-time job right away, or maybe you're looking to brush up your resume, you've never written a resume or a cover letter, job search strategies, you can always schedule an appointment with our career services staff as well. All right, so talking a little bit more about academic advising here, just to mention how we're available right now virtually if you have not yet met with your advisor recently. So we are trying to push our 30-minute appointments the most because that's when you can really work hands-on, still virtually with your advisor. We use Zoom as our primary form of an appointment. And it's actually pretty nifty. It works pretty well. So we can share our screens together. We can show you where to find things online. We can help you register, answer transfer questions, things like that. So you can either call the advising phone number to make an appointment. You can email the advising email to get your advisor's info. Otherwise, if you're checking your Anoka Ramsey email regularly, you should be getting kind of auto reminders from your advisor, and that will have your advisor's information in there on how to schedule an appointment, usually through a bookings link right on their calendar. We're still doing quick stops as well, so if you've ever done a quick stop on campus, we're doing it as like live chat virtually right now. So that information is on our advising webpage. I can certainly show that in a couple minutes. But that's just meant if you have a quick question or maybe you don't remember who your advisor is, you'd rather do a live chat to find that out than call, you certainly can do that. So on campus, our quick stop hours were for students that were just on campus, had a quick question, could come chat with an advisor, and we're still doing that virtually as well. All right. Oh, I forgot these moved. I haven't done this presentation in a while. Okay. There we go. So spring registration is open now. So I'm crossing my fingers that actually most of you are registered. If you are not, take this as your maybe a little bit of a motivation piece here to get registered as soon as you can. And I really stress that for this spring almost more than any other semester, just because we actually have seen classes fill pretty quick for fall semester when things transition to being online. We have students from further distances now this semester because classes are online. Anyone in the country can actually take our classes online. So we are really trying to stress to our current students, register as soon as you can or make that appointment with your advisor because registration just started last week. Things are still open and plan, I would say, to be registered before Thanksgiving break because we want you to be in the classes you want for spring. All right, so I'm assuming all of you have used the chat feature for Zoom before. You should see the little toolbar if you're on a computer or laptop. If you click more and then chat, that should pop up. If you're on a phone, you might have to tap your screen and then there might be a chat or a bubble icon. I'm just curious if you feel like letting me know what is your future major or career goal, or if you're undecided, that's still always an option as well. So let me know in the chat. So while we're waiting for those to come in, as a fun fact, I actually an alumna, I always forget how those work. And then I went to UMD and majored in psychology. And then I got my master's from Concordia in St. Paul. All right, so we are seeing a couple answers here. So pharmacist, business, RN, elementary education, pharmacy, nurse. Awesome, we have a good mixture of responses here. So some of those programs, I'll say right away, are very scripted from the start. So meaning your classes are pretty much chosen for you for what you need to get that degree, such as RN or nurse. Our nursing program is very laid out from start to finish. Elementary education, if you're doing our transfer pathway, that also is laid out for you. Business as well. Pharmacist, a little bit different because it depends on where you might transfer to for those exact classes you'll need. However, I can guess probably what type of math you'll need. So talking about that, this is just a really, really quick recap of the degree types. So we offer 4 different types of degrees, and in those degrees, you may or may not have kind of an emphasis or program area. So an Associate of Arts, just to talk about this one quick, top left here, an Associate of Arts is the most general degree. 40 of your 60 total credits are generals. The other 20 are, again, very generally speaking, are usually electives. Now, that Associate of Science and the other 3, Fine Arts, Applied Science, the generals are shifted around a little bit. You might not be doing 40 total, and that's because you have a program attached to these 3 degrees. So you are specializing in a certain area. So depending on your transfer plans, what you might be thinking about after Anoka Ramsey, one of these might be better than the other. And that's something you'll want to talk with your advisor about. And just because you might be interested in, let's say, computer science, for example, doesn't mean it'll transfer anywhere for computer science. So that's something you'll want to talk about with your advisor, what would be the right path for you. However, no matter what you're doing, every one of these majors up here requires, or just about every one of these majors requires some sort of math or logic class. So that is what we're going to talk about now. So depending on if you have one of those degree programs that are pretty much described for you from the start, or maybe it's a little bit more flexible if you're just working on generals, after Math 240, you kind of are at a turning point for what path to follow for your math education journey. So you're at the top here, Math 240 currently. After this semester, you have 2 options. If you are going English, social sciences, art, music, we are probably looking at Math for Liberal Arts or Introduction to Statistics. Now those 2 are college level, and depending again on your degree, that may be the last math you need at Anoka Ramsey. Actually, this should also say nursing. Nursing students would take statistics as part of a bachelor's program. Now, on the other side of that, the other pathway here would be STEM, business, and actually potentially education. There is one more pre-math course to get you up to that college level math. That's just at a slightly different level than stats or liberal arts. So you would be looking at Math 250 in the fall, and then one more semester to get that college level math. This actually, I just realized this math has just changed this year. So Math for Educational Arts, I apologize, that's a different number now. I think it's 1121, new change. And then college algebra, or potentially pre-calc after 250. Again, there's a lot of variety here. So we want you to meet with your advisor to make sure you're taking the correct math for your plan. But for sure, we want you to keep progressing, not take a semester off if you can help it, just to keep building on that knowledge so it doesn't become stale, and it might affect your class in the future, coursework. All right, so a couple things that can help you plan, of course, meeting with your advisor, but a few other resources that you have access to right now include your degree audit report, this website called transferology.com, and then we do have some transfer resources on the ARCC website as well. So I'm actually going to flip my screen here quick and just pull open our website. And certainly if you have any questions at any time, feel free to put that in the chat, or you can ask after we're done here. Okay, so you should see my Chrome browser here now. Just a few things I wanted to point out on here. Student resources, services. So this is where you can find out more info about advising, or if you're interested in scheduling that career exploration appointment with a counselor, their info is here. If you're interested in the career services, you'll find that under job readiness for resume, cover letter writing. And then we also have some information for transferring under this transfer resources tab. So we're taking a really big picture look at your next math class. It seems like it should be just as simple as choosing a class, but there's lots of factors that go into it as well. All right here, so a couple different tabs to check out on the transfer website here. I think with that, I'm going to stop sharing. Sometimes my Zoom lags a little bit when I share my internet browser. I don't know why. But that, like I said, was a real quick intro. The main point is keep going in math, keep progressing, try not to take a semester off. It really depends on your future program. And even when you reach that college level math class, you still may need more, maybe going up to calculus or college algebra 2, depending again on your future career or degree goal. So anything I missed, Candace, or that you wanted to add to that?